correct something from the last video. Let me quickly go over the book class and the book test class. These are actually the Java files. Class book, we've got three instance variables: string name, string author, and string category. We've got three methods: void checkout book, where system.out.println gives us the words "you're checking out the book." And next we have void readbook, where system.out.println will give us the words "you are reading the book," and void return book with system.out.println that'll give us the words "you are returning the book." Now over here in our tester class, class book test, we use public static void main string args. That's the execution statement. We create four object reference variables. We use the name of the class book, which is the name of this class right here. We give it a little reference variable, B1, B2, B3, and B4, and set it equal to new book. So this reference variable is now a book object. So that means that B1 will be able to access the name, author, and category and these three methods, and so will B2, B3, and B4. So then we went down here and I actually used B1 with the dot operator, and then I was able to access the string name. So b1.name, and I was able to give it a name. Same thing with the author, b1, the dot operator, and the next string instance variable, author, and we were able to set it to an author. And then b1, and we were able to use the dot operator to access category. We accessed category and we set it. We did the same thing to b2, we did the same thing to b3, we did the same thing to b4. Then I went and used the system.out.println with the string book1 plus b1.name. So I wanted to show the output of the words book1 plus the value of b1.name, which we created that value to be grapes of wrath. So it's going to spit that out there. And I just kept concatenating with the plus signs, different text strings, book2 plus b2 name, \n to go to the next line, book3 plus b3.name, \n to go to the next line, book4 plus b4 name. And so this is where, I also added this, system.out.println, and then just a double quote with nothing in it, because I just wanted to give myself a blank line here so that I would have a separation between all the stuff that I did up here and the methods down here. As a matter of fact, I could make this separation even more obvious. Instead of just being a blank line, I could make it a dashed line. And I'll save it. The thing that I ended the last video was when I did the b1.checkout book, which is calling this method, and the b2.read book, which is calling this method, the b3, wait, did I say b3? b1, b2, b3.checkout book. b3 is going to also call this method, and b4 return book, the reference b4 is going to call this method. What I wanted is, since we had multiple reference values, b1 and b4, or I'm sorry, b2 and b3, both calling return, oh my god, I can't read, b1 doing checkout book and b3 doing checkout book. Since I had those two calling the same method, I wanted the spit out to not just be the words, you are checking out the book. I wanted it to be, you are checking out the book, and then the name that the B1 refers to, and then the name that the B3 refers to. So I tried it a couple of times, and my guesses on how to do it were wrong. Well, I'm going to run it so you can see what it's like, and when you see how easy the answer was, I couldn't even believe it. I just thought that was so ridiculous. I didn't think about it on the fly. So I'm going to run my command window. Okie-doke. CD for change directory, the word desktop, and then Java C, my BookTest.java file, and it will cleanly compile unless I made a typo. And then Java book test with no extension, enter. All right, there's that dashed line that I just created. Book 1, Grapes of Wrath. Book 2, Head First Java. Book 3, Holiday Cookbook. Book 4, Oil Painting. That that's all this right here. Those words, all of that created the top part. And then here, this system.out.println with the dashed line, there's our dashed line. And then this right here, b1.checkout book, that's calling, whoa, that's calling this checkout book method, which says you are checking out the book. And the next one, b2.readBook, right here, you are reading the book was next. You are reading the book. Then the third one, you are checking out the book. B3, check out book again. And B4 is return book. You are returning the book. Okay, this is how easy it is for me to actually give the values for the name of these different references. I have in the method itself, system.out.println, you are checking out the book, and then outside of the parentheses, just concatenate with the plus, and then the name of the instance variable, plus name. It's that simple. I was trying to do all that in this file, but the fact that I can do it here made it so much easier. So like I said, you go outside of the double quotes and use the plus sign and then name, because what I want is the name, but since I'm using these reference variables B1, B2, B3, and B4, it's going to give me its specific name. And then same thing here, outside of the double quotes, plus name. Okay, so now we save that. Go back to this. My insertion point, click up to go to my Java C again, compile it again. And it's thinking, okay, hit my down button to get my Java command, Java book test, hit enter, and this is what I wanted to do. We got the same thing, book 1, Grapes of Wrath, book 2, Head First Java, book 3, Holiday Cookbook, book 4, Oil Painting. You are checking out the book, Grapes of Wrath. You are reading the book, Head First Java. You are checking out the book, Holiday Cookbook, and you are returning the book, Oil Painting. So basically, if I wanted my methods to spit out more than just the name, I would concatenate the author and the category. So I could put plus name plus, you have to put a space. If you don't put a space, it's going to have the name and the author and the category. Let's say this, plus name plus, let's give ourselves a space and the word by. Close that up, and another plus author. Okay, so let me copy and paste the and, by, and author snippet so I don't have to retype it over and over again. And then right after this name, do the same thing. And right after this one, do the same thing. And we will save this. I will recompile it again. And I will run it again. Oh, I compiled it twice. My bad. Now I run it. Now we have, whoops. Oh. All the things above the dash are the same. You are checking out the book Grapes of Wrath by the Angry Beavers. Now, you see by and the are smashed together. And the same thing, Head First Java by Kathy Sierra. I need to put a space after the word by, because everywhere there's a by, it smashes into the name of the author. So right here, I put a space before by, but I need to put a space after by. All right, save it, recompile that baby one more time. And when I get the path, I will run it one more time. You are checking out the book, Grapes of Wrath by the Angry Beavers. You are reading the book, Headfirst Java by Kathy Sierra and Bert Bates. You are checking out the book, Holiday Cookbook by Hungry Henry. And you are returning the book, Oil Painting by Mary Magic. Okay, so I was happy to fix that, and it was so easy. I just needed to put that in my method in my base class instead of try to put that in my tester class.